Welcome back to Royal Blu FX. In today's video, we're going to quickly talk about the trades that I've taken on the 1 second time frame. Now, this is the 1 second time frame. Just imagine how fast the 1 second time frame is. It's insanely lightning fast. So we're going to talk about that right now. So let's get it. All right, guys, so here's my chart. We traded the US 30 index today, and just really want to throw it out there quickly. But if you haven't traded the 1 second time frame before, please don't trade it. I really don't want to advise you guys to trade it because it is lightning fast unless you have the means and the skills to trade the 1 second time frame. All right, but other than that, I don't really recommend it for everyone to trade it because it is very, very fast. So let's go and start showing you the trades that I've taken today. All right, so as you can see here, we're on the 15-minute, right? You can see there's a lot of noise in here. What we're really going to be focusing is on this current swing right over here, okay? Now, when I usually start, looking at the markets, I normally just look at the current swing on a higher time frame just to kind of see where the direction's going, right? I may put like a supply zone there or demand zone here or whatever, but for the most part, since I'm not entering or looking for the markets to to look for entries, say on the lower time frames, I don't really care to put a supply or demand zone on the higher time frame since I'm not going to be trading the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so I just look for the general direction. The direction is currently up. So what we did was we just dropped down on the 1 minute, right, just to get to see the feel of what is happening. We were here at this point in time. This is a huge POI, by the way. And what I noticed was when price broke structure here, right over here, this is our internal structure. It's actually this structure that I'm talking about, okay, right there. What I had noticed was price retraced back to this last down move before the major move pushed up. Now this is a huge move to the downside, right? If you go to the higher time frame, you'll see this is marked as an order block on the 30-minute, I believe. Look at that right there. So you can see that that's an order block. So we went all the way down to the 1 minute and then just waited for price to come in and touch the order block. Once that order block was touched and or mitigated, we dropped down even lower to the seconds time frame. Okay, so here, once that order block, the higher time frame order block, was mitigated, I had to wait for price to push up to see what was doing. Right, price broke out of here, out of this, had this chalk right there, that break of structure, and then price was just zigzagging like this, right, creating liquidity, internal liquidity. Price tapped this POY, so my natural intention was to wait for another break of structure, right? Like as soon as when you're trading, you don't want to just start jumping into the markets right away. You just want to quickly analyze the market, see what's happening, right? You don't want to start placing trades immediately and hope for the best, right? So okay, so right here, when price tapped this demand zone, we waited again for another break of structure. We have to correlate, our lower time frame has to correlate with the higher time frame, okay? And the reason for that is because the momentum is pushing up. I'm looking for buys. I'm not looking for sells at all, okay? Right here, we can see a perfect clean chalk that has happened. Price broke out of this high over here, retraced. Again, I'm just looking at it, scoping out what's happening, and then let me just kind of go back here and cut this off a little bit. And then once price got there, I immediately went on to my 5 seconds time frame. And then once the 5 second time frame did the same thing that the 15 seconds or 30 seconds time frame made, respected the right over here, right of this demand right there. Once it did the same thing here, I would approach this market the same way I did previously, right? So you can see here we marked out our chalk. There's a failed supply. Price pushed up. Price tapped this demand, and now we're just waiting for price to show us that, to prove to us that price can actually push higher. Once price did this, right? What we're typically looking for here is now to follow structure on the internal structure, right? Our substructure going down, our minor structure pushing up, and you can see that the minor structure has been breaking right here. This is the first sign that the minor structure broke the substructure high, right? We have that second structure break as well. Now notice I didn't look to enter on the first break of structure, right? You don't have to be a hero to look to buy right off the first break of structure, because what if this high here was just a liquidity sweep from the highs here, which you can clearly see there's liquidity right at the highs. There's that order block, right? Price taps it and goes down, right? It'll go bearish. So this is one of the reasons, many reasons why I don't personally enter off chalks immediately unless it was a good presentable looking trade, good presentable looking setup, right? You can see here there's a lot of internal liquidity, price retraced, and then it had the reason for price to come down because there was a lot of internal liquidity. So we waited for this liquidity to be taken out. We waited for price to reverse and push back up, breaking another structure, essentially just to promise, to give us that promise that price can potentially push to the upside. We see that there's a break of structure here. And what I like about this is now we're just following structure, right? We see that there's a low, there's a high, there's a low, there's a high, there's a flip zone right over here, as you can see. Although I didn't quite mark out the flip zone, the demand zone the way I did. I marked it here for a specific reason. Notice how price didn't come here. I was looking for to look for buys here, right? Then price pushed bullish here. And I told myself, okay, well, you know, we got to follow structure, internal structure. So as you can see here, we had that high broken here, right? Then we had another high broken. So now I'm adapting to structure here. I'm not looking for price to go bearish here and to then look for buys here and then push price up, right? I'm just following structure. And as you can see all the way over here, we're very close to the supply level. So anything can happen here at this supply level. Sometimes it's not too smart to look for buys here, but we saw what was happening here, that price was just breaking structure here, that we're looking to follow structure and have prices push higher, right? So we enter that trade like this, right? You can see there's a break, immediate break, and then price retested, or mitigated this demand zone and then push price up. So we banked on this one quite nicely. We stayed in it for a little bit, trying to see if price can continue making higher highs and higher lows, which it has, and then we just got out of the trade as soon as price started reversing right around this area. Not too much, obviously. I didn't want to, when you're on the seconds time frame, you don't want to, you know, be a hero, obviously. You don't want to hold this trade to the absolute highest, you know, supply zone, right? You just want to play structure. You want to play the market correctly. You want to be in and out quickly. That's what this whole part, that's what scalping is all about. Okay, so once we were here on the 5 seconds, right? We're noticing that price is pushing upwards. We're looking for buys. We've just been remaining on the 5 seconds this whole time, and the reason for that is because since we're scalping, I wanted to test out, this is kind of weird to say, but I wanted to test out the 1 second time frame. Even though I've been back testing the 1 second time frame, just like the 5 second time frames or the seconds time frames in general, right? But as all of you understand that structure is structure. Structure is fractal, right? It's fractal. It's showing the same type of structure as it is on the higher time frames as it would be on the lower time frames. So we treated the 5 seconds and the 1 second as just pure structure. So let's continue here. You can see that we have highs and lows happening here, right? You can see immediately, I didn't immediately look to jump in here to buy, although I did scope this market here, I believe, on the 1 second time frame. If I zoom in here, if you see this low here, it's being respected here. So all I needed to see is the market would potentially break a high here and then look to respect my demand zones. Let me just kind of play this a little quicker for you guys. Okay, where's my demand zone here? Okay, so price came and mitigated something down here. Let me just drop down to 1 second time frame so you guys can see this clearly. This is not supposed to be like that. Come on, here we go. Okay. Hope that's all better for you guys right there. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second. Okay, so you can see that price broke that high. There was inducement in here, so it was actually this order block in here that price mitigated. Okay, but the importance of this isn't to find the exact order block here. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for price to start reversing, start breaking structure, start making internal structure, you know, our substructure and minor structure change direction. From substructure coming down, from minor structure pushing upwards. Okay, And so here we go. There's a high that I marked. I was waiting for price. As you can see, price respected this demand zone, and it broke a high. It broke it with a wick, right? Then I was waiting. So this is why I didn't jump in right away, right? We have a perfect chalk here, as you can see, but I didn't jump in and buy this right away, right? I waited for a second break of structure. It's there's more validation with second breaks of structures because there's more it's more confirmation, right? I don't want to be, I'm thinking risk first, right? I'm thinking to save my money, my capital, than risking my capital, more to be out there in the markets way too many times, to be exposed there for too long, right? So here we go. We have the first break of structure, right? But then this voids itself out. This structure voids itself out because we have another break below. So essentially, this is our first high here, right there, okay, and we just waited for price to test. Now I knew I could have bought here. I didn't buy it right away. I don't know, for whatever reason. I was looking for price to really just come in deep in here to at least touch the this demand zone, and it hasn't, I don't think. Let me just make sure. Yeah, yes, it hasn't. So what was happening here? Okay, it touched it again. Now it did, I guess. Okay, let's just play it a little bit farther, because I was looking to buy it somewhere. Oh, okay. So, okay, I see what's happening. I didn't take a buy here at all. I didn't buy here at all. I was just waiting for price to show me something, show me the price can continue bullish. Actually, I did buy it. Excuse me. This is my fault. I didn't have a risk to reward here set. I did buy it right off of this order block here, and then I held it here. Now, I didn't have this for whatever reason, right? But I bought it here. Okay. Now, my risk right there, as you can see where my demand is, I had this demand set out here because this was the low and this was the high, from the range high to range low. If you can see, when price broke structure, we asked ourselves what broke the structure. It was this low here, but then again you can see that there's another low just right above it, the main low, the major low, right? And so when we striked here, we were positive, and all of a sudden price was going negative, and I was like, what the, and then all of a sudden price just shot up, and I was like, oh, okay. I knew that price should go up this way, right? To hit this high. So we're targeting this high. This is our TP, right? So we stood in this trade actually, and we did hit TP right over here, I believe. Yes, we did. Okay, so to continue. So we know where we are structurally on the 5 seconds, so we don't really have to worry about what's happening on the 5 seconds. We see what's happening. I was now waiting for price to play out and see, just to play out, to let it do whatever it needs to do, because I'm not looking to buy right away. I'm not looking to sell right away. The reason why I'm doing this is it's good practice to wait, because what you are looking for is for the price to readjust itself. Since price came at a low, now it's at its highest point, right? We don't know if price is going to retrace back and then push bullish, right? Or is price going to continue breaking bullish like this, right? Retesting and pushing bullish, right? We don't know that. What we're looking is for confirmation, more confirmation. That's why I think it's really essential and necessary that whenever you're on the 1 second time frame, is to always be patient, no matter really on what time frame, but specifically the 1 second for me, because any little mistake that you miss out could take you out immediately, and you could be destroyed. All right, so let's continue here. Now you are looking here, and you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, why he took a sell here? Okay, and even though we know we're bullish, right? So as you can see, this high here, this high took out liquidity right over here. Okay, you can see that this is a liquid high, two double tops. This high was responsible to take out this liquidity, so therefore we knew that momentum was pushing bearish. It wasn't a real good break of structure, confident structure, a strong structure, a break of structure with a big strong engulfing candle sticking above, right? So then what we did again, we're just following structure. We saw that price made a chalk here. Notice that we didn't look to enter on the first entry because we don't know if this move pushing bearish here is just grabbing liquidity, and you can clearly see that right over here, right there, that we didn't mark out. Okay, and see that there's that liquidity, double bottoms right there, right? And price came right below double bottoms right there and tested whatever was in here, this order block, and pushed price up, right? So I wasn't looking to enter on the first entry because, again, I just want to be safe. So once price broke the second low here, this is what confirmed to me and told me, okay, this is go time. We're looking for sells immediately, right? I was looking to target this low first, and then, of course, when you're on the 1 second, price just takes off, and you're just, everything's exhilarating. It's like, it's like you don't know what's going to happen, right? But at the same time, this is part of trading, the second time frame, right? If you're really thirsty to hold these to enter on the lower time frames to make money fast, right? Okay, so we enter this trade, right, with the wick above like this, and then all of a sudden we knew price was going bearish. Now you might be asking, why did you enter here? Right. Well, the reason why I entered here was because, again, we marked out our low here. We asked ourselves what broke this structure. It was this higher low here. Excuse me, lower high. Unfortunately for us, price wicked it before I took a sell. Price wicked it, and I was like, okay, this is good. I just need to see momentum pushing down now, and then I immediately entered the sell, right, holding the market, the trade here. It would be hard to break even if prices were going fast, right? But at times it's really how do I explain this? The 1 second really keeps you on your toes. It's either a win or a loss for me on the 1 second. It's hard to keep a break even on the 1 minute, on the 1 second, unless price was really bearish and it was starting to push bullish, like whatever, coming back to my break-even point, right? All right, there we go. So once price broke structure again, right, we were just holding it, seeing how low it could go, but then I was like, all right, we're just getting out, because there's no way I know where the market's going to go, what low it's going to go. On the higher time frame, this is a low, this is a high here. Excuse me, this is a high here, right? But I didn't see that on the higher time frame, but I know for a fact if you go here on the 1 minute, I think, let me check here. Yeah, there we go. On the 1 minute, you can clearly see that price is respecting this low. Actually, it went even a little deeper, right below it, right there, as you can see. Anyway, that's not important. Let's continue. Okay, once we hit TP there, we knew we were good to go, and then we just let price do whatever right now from this point. We're trying to see what price is telling us, in this case, structure-wise, right? We know on the 1 minute or the 1 minute and 5 minute that it's bullish. We're looking for buys, and we're not looking for sells. Unless this low here broke again like this, then we would be confirming that we are a sell. I will still be looking for sells, potentially looking to target this area right here, as you can see, and then look to target like this POI down here. Now I know this is a little messy here, excuse me, but looking to target this POI down here, right? But that's not what happened, so we were just watching the markets. So again, we're waiting for price to show us the true direction. What's happening? We're just following structure, nothing more. Okay. So as you can see, price broke above this high, and I'm telling myself, okay, but it's time to follow structure, right? You can see that there's lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, right? There's another low here, another high over here. Price finally broke this high, and we were just wanting to ask ourselves again, what broke that structure? It was this low, right? So then we go here and we wait for prices to test. Now I didn't enter this on the 5 second. I went all the way on the 1 second to enter this. Then we start analyzing this and seeing, okay, well, we need the first break of structure to happen, right? Otherwise, we're not going to look to enter. I could look to enter aggressively like this, right, with a big risk like this, exposing myself to a lot of big risk, right? But I didn't do that. I'm practicing patience, all the time. Everyone's practicing patience, but including myself, right? I'm not always perfect. So this just happened. We had a chalk here, then price showed us another break of structure. I was like, all right, this is my buy then. And as you can see, prices tapped us in right over here. Yeah, right over there. And then as soon as price turned bullish, I bought it immediately. And I was like, all right, so we're going to hold this until this high here. Okay, this will be my first TP. And then price kept going up. I could have entered another trade, but what's important about the 1 second time frame isn't to enter in multiple trades, but it's to enter just on one time, to have one entry. That's it. Because if you put too many buys at once, price can go against you quickly, and then just you'll be negative like crazy. So we were holding this market right until it hit TP. It hit TP beautifully, and then price started rocketing like crazy, and I was like, oh shoot. So I held this market. Let me see, did I hold this? I did hold it. Excuse me. Let me play this a little quicker here. Something's going on with my computer. Excuse me. Okay. Let's play it a little quick. It's just lagging right now. Okay. I was holding it from this high here. Excuse me, from this low. Right there. Okay. And now what I was looking for was another break of structure. Let's go back to this to auto. Excuse me, this is really going slow. Something's weird. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as you see, we were here in this market. We were still holding it. Yes, I could have broken even right here, although I just stayed in the market. And then once we caught this full extension, I kept wanting to see if price would push bullish. Although what's important here really is to have a TP all the way on the left side over here, right? It's not to hold these trades, but it's really to have a TP in mind before, because entries and TPs are just as important, right? So let's go back on the 5 seconds because we entered another trade here. If this cooperates with me. All right. Or excuse me, guys. The Wi-Fi is being really weird in my place, so forgive me for being so slow here. Okay. So we're back on the 5 seconds, and what we always do is we're looking at the 5 seconds now. It's still the higher time frame as structure, and we're just following structure. That's it. You can see that everything's still bullish, and we're looking to enter on the 1 second time frame. So. I was here, okay, right? I waited for price to come and retrace all the way back, and again, I mark out my demand zone here, and this is where I'm waiting for price to come in and tag me to see if prices can come in and respect this demand zone. The cool thing about this was that price did shoot up, tap this high here. Now, my anticipation here was, okay, two things can happen. Okay, price can either break a new high or retrace backwards, right? Retrace here, and if it did, I'm not going to buy. I need for this low now to create and this new high to be broken if the markets do that, right? So there's always an if this happens and this happens type of scenario in the markets, right? So as you can see, prices were building up here. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, we can see that price broke. Price is doing a flip here, right? I'm not looking to enter at, I'm looking for a real big moves. Okay, so notice what happened here. So price gave us what we wanted. We had that chalk, right? And now price reversed here. Of course, we're waiting for more confirmation. Again, importance of trading is really just to wait for confirmation, guys, because confirmation is key to a lot of the trading. It's patience also. You can see here prices broken high, which is good. Price came back, retraced. Price broke excuse me, price broke this high, price retraced, then we're waiting for this high now to be broken. And once we saw that the momentum was pushing higher and higher like this told me, I was like, all right, cool. Now we're, price broke a new high here. Two structures, right there. Let me just make this clear. Okay, and so when price came back down, I didn't buy right away. I was waiting for more confirmation. Yes. Okay. So here's what happened. So price retraced all the way back, took out liquidity because I saw there was a lot of liquidity resting, tapped this demand zone, which is a good sign, right? And then I didn't buy it from here. I waited for price to show me that price can push up again, right? I waited for another chalk essentially here. So price did this. Price broke this high, right there. And then I didn't enter just yet. Price broke another high here. Okay, right there. And then once price came in, tapped me, and then I stayed in this trade till we hit this high here, right over here. We're at we're 1% risk down here. And that's how it happened, right? I targeted this high, we stayed in this huge impulsive move to the upside, essentially breaking the structure above here, and then we just got out, right? So this is how I traded the 1 second time frame. Now I don't advise everyone to do this because it is very volatile, it's fast, and it's not for those of you that, if you know yourselves, right, if you like trading fast, then this is you. If you don't like trading fast, if it causes you anxiety, don't trade this, right? But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you how we made how we were trading on the 1 second time frame. And I hope this was helpful. If this video was really helpful to you guys, please throw that thumbs up, and please subscribe and like this video and comment down below. Tell us what you guys think, okay? Until then, guys, I will see you later.